do my lashes with me while I tell you the story about how I got involved in politics. So my entry into politics is far from the traditional one that you typically hear. I have been a hairstylist for the past 15 years. I'm a small business owner, and I have done content creation and social media management for the last 10. We all know what happened in 2020, and I decided that I was not a fan of the mandates that were happening, so I decided to start paying more attention. Without getting into too much detail, in August, September 2023, I made a really big life decision that changed the whole course of my life. So because I was kind of starting over in November 2023, I decided to go to my very first political event, which was a PR rally in my town. And I thought, you know what, this is a great place to meet like-minded people. Because at that point, I was still fully convinced that there were a lot of people that didn't think like me. And boy, was I wrong, because that rally was wall-to-wall people. I've never seen anything like it before. So that night, I had a friend introduce me to one of his friends, and that connection actually led me to the career path that started this political journey. This story is just proof that every little thing that ever happens is for a reason, and you're always being led to where you're meant to be. So a few months later, that connection recommended me for a job with one of Canada's largest independent media outlets, which you may know as Canada Proud. So not long into my job with Canada Proud, they were gracious enough to send me to Canada Strong and Free, which is one of the largest conservative conferences you could go to. And the amount of people that I met and connections I made are friendships that I will have for a lifetime. And I'm so grateful for that experience, because I never would have accelerated to this speed in my political entry had I not gotten to go to that conference. So when things had quieted down with Canada Proud, I decided, you know what, I really need to focus on this BC provincial election that's coming up, because this is my province and I care so much about it. So what can I do to try and make a difference? And that is when I actually started creating door knocking content and showing people that politics can be fun. So how can I blend influencer marketing with politics? And that's kind of what became my niche. Let's be real, a lot of times people see politics as boring and as negative. And I thought, how can I make this fun and exciting that make young people and women want to get involved? So all of this to say, I may not be the typical person that you see in politics, but the thing is I will never stop being authentic to who I am, because I think a lot of times in politics, it's a popularity contest, and people feel like they need to change into someone else in order to gain approval from the world, from their constituents, from their province, from their country. And the best way to gain favor of people, as we've seen in influencer marketing, is being authentic to who you are. That is how you grasp the heartstrings of people, because people don't always vote with this. They vote with this. They want to feel something. So although my entry was not traditional, my experience with content creation, my experience with hairstyling, and being able to talk and connect with people and be authentic and build relationships has brought me to where I am now. So I just want anyone who ever has aspirations to get involved in something like this to not feel like they can't because they don't have this crazy expensive education, and that they don't know anything, because you know what? I'm still learning a lot. And I have created a career and a life for myself that I didn't even expect. And I just hope that this can inspire people to get involved. And if you need help with anything, feel free to reach out. If you are not on Twitter, on X, make sure you get on it, because that is where a lot of the battlefield is happening. And anyways, I love you guys so much, and thank you for your continued love and support on my little journey.